Peace and high frequencies, y'all. I'm back. And I want to talk about my dream. I also want to talk about a message that I just received from one of my seniors over here where I teach Tai Chi, which was beautiful. I love when people have the mindset that they are the conqueror, they're the warrior, they are God, they have power over their thoughts. And just to hear the beautiful testimony from one of my participants. She is in her 70s. She may be in her 80s. I don't know how old the lady is. I'm thinking she may be in her 70s or 80s, but she brought me to the side. She don't want everybody to know. And she said that they found a lump in her breast and that she didn't want, nobody to know, the director and everything to know. She just let me know that she has to go get a biopsy done. And I told her that I'll be praying for her and sending her healing energy to dissolve the whatever they found, the mass that they found in her breast. And she said, girl, God already done worked it out. It's gone. She said, ain't nothing there. I love it. She said, sometimes we have to just go through things just so we can go through it, so it make us stronger, so we can help somebody else. And I thought that was just so beautiful because, and that shows the level of wisdom and maturity and just turning it all over to the Creator and knowing that whatever we think about is already done. And she put that on me. She don't know that was such a message. And that's a mass message for everybody, and I know when we hear different words, when we hear cancer, when we hear illness or disease or trauma, things that happen to our bodies, or if we hear words such as divorce or separation or anything like that, or breakup. I had a friend contact me, let me know she had went through a breakup. All of these things, sometimes we associate those words with this person isn't doing good, or negativity. We kind of put the negative energy attachment to it when that separation or that divorce or that breakup or that cancer or the illness and disease is not who that person is. And it may be something that they have to go through that makes them stronger and better. That is the message for them and for somebody else. And I thought that was just beautiful. And she said she didn't want to tell nobody else. She just wanted to tell me. And that was one of the things I was getting ready to get in the car. And she's like, come here. And I thought it was just so beautiful because I needed that message today. And I need that message for me, but I also needed that message for you, because I don't know who's going to watch this video today. I don't know who's going to watch this replay. I don't know in the years to come. Right now, today is what's today? July. Oh, sorry about that. Today is July 19th, 2022. And so somebody may be watching this next 2023, 2025. Who knows? I don't know. But this message is for you whenever you receive it, because it's timeless, right? So she was like, baby, ain't nothing there. Baby, ain't nothing there. It's already gone. Baby, we from the South. Baby, ain't nothing there. So I had to share with you all that message before I even go into the dream, because whatever the circumstances look like, whatever they done said, the diagnosis and all of that, and that was the mindset of my mother when she battled cancers for decades, that kept reoccurring. Her mindset was that it's already done. No matter what it is, the will is done. She believed in Christ Jesus, so she was like, it's already done. Whatever God got, or whatever Jesus, I gave it over to him, and it's done. So that's the mindset you have to have. You don't have to believe in any spiritual master that has ascended here in this realm. You don't have to believe in any of that. You don't have to believe in any of that. The only thing that you need to believe in is the thought that whatever you want is already done. Whatever you need to happen is already done. That's the only thing you need to believe in. Everything else is, crystals or yantras and saying mantras, all of that is just to empower this major tool, which is your physical and your mindset, to get you to believe in those things. They are programmers of the physical body. Crystals are programmers of this physical body. When we are not charged up within ourselves, we need outside charging, but we are already equipped with everything we need to overcome and to know things are already done. We just have to build up the belief more. And the knowing, I would say, the knowing, no. All right, so going back, I'm rewinding now because I wanted to do this video about the dream. And I've had a series of a lot of dreams, y'all. I dream so much. I have to pick out what I'm going to discuss in parts because I can't just go over everything because it's so much. So I'm gonna go over parts of last night's dreams and the night before dreams, so we can kind of go through and put something on your mind. One of the dreams that I had night before last is about things that are to come. So I had a dream that I was in Africa. I had relocated to Africa and it was raining. And I was having a third eye view and I saw this sign on the door, and the sign on the door said Hong Kong. But my physical presence was in Africa, and I was hearing telepathically someone say that it's raining, and it was raining all over the world. But the raindrops were green. All right, so we know water is like this clearish blue hue or whatever. Or really just clear, right? But the water was green, and it was stating and telling to the masses telepathically not to let the raindrops touch you. And then the dream went on to there being this warrior camp. It was this camp of individuals who were hosting this type of educational forum to train people on how to deal with these times that we were in and what was to come, so we can survive for ourselves and teach our families how to survive, right? So that was the dream. Then it goes on to, now that part of the dream I feel like is more so, and I hate to say futuristic, it could be something that's happened right now, but it's not happen right now in this time, in this reality, but it is happening. And it could be something that is to come. It just depends on how we choose to be awaken our energies up. All right, because when we awaken, everybody wakes up. When we come into a knowing of self, everybody comes into a knowing of self. So we can't just think about what everybody else is doing when it comes down to the government and NASA and SpaceX and the Space Force and cloud seeding, chemtrails, and all of that. If you want to spend your energy and spin your wheels on that, then that's who you are. That's what you do. That's fine. But the change in the energy of our circumstances for this timeline dimension comes through our awakening. It comes through us working on ourselves spiritually and us really taking it serious outside of, doing those things such as yoga, tai chi, meditation. Those are all tools that we need to utilize. Like I said, working with crystals, doing your candle magic, doing your meditation, doing your fire magic, doing all of those different things are just ways for us to connect the physical to the essence. And so once you get to a point of where your physical and your essence is connected and you're walking in the present moment, and everything that you do, say, speak, and listen to is a part of feeding that battery, of feeding your life force, then you've come into a true awakening, and you're going to continue to power yourself up. As you power yourself up, that energy that's inside starts to boom, 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 right? It starts to go outside of you. And so not just working within, but working outside of you now. So if anybody comes within your field, they become enlightened and awakened. So our goal is to make sure that that energy field starts to grow bigger and better and larger, right? We want that energy field to reach beyond just our connection around ourselves, but we want that energy field to be able to reach from here to Afghanistan, from here to Russia, from here to Senegal. We want that energy field to reach beyond us, but all around the globe. So the more that we work on ourselves and that auric field starts to build itself up, we charging up our life force. The more we charge up our life force within us, that goes out, so we can change these circumstances. Because I feel like I have dreams that are foresight. I have dreams that are to come sometimes, you know, things that are making me aware of things that, you know, could happen, so I can put the message out to you all, so you all can do the work, and so can I. We're all part of it. We're all conduits for the divine. And so going on, the next dream I had, you know, last night was me at some type of house, and I'm not going to go into all parts of it because there's a lot of it, but I was in a house. We know, we think about houses, we think about parts of our mind and what we're going into. And at this house, I had 3 babies. I had triplets, and they're all little boys. They're all baby boys, and they looked to be anywhere from 3 to 6 months. They weren't walking yet. And my mother was there. My mother was helping me with the babies and holding the babies. It was like she was holding these 3 little boys. And I was like, okay, I'll be back. I went into another part of the house, and then 2 of the little boys was in there. And I was like, how y'all get in here? Y'all supposed to be in there. It was like, are they multiplying themselves? And that's what I was thinking. I was like, did they multiply themselves? Because I know I left them in there with my mother. So anyway, me and my mother were looking at this house because we were going to rent this house out, and we were seeing how many people could comfortably fit in this house. And we was like, hey, we could have about 3 people in 3 different rooms, and they have this bathroom here, within the dream, my mother gets sick. Well, so she's not feeling good. She's vomiting. She's doing all of this in a dream. And I was just like, oh, you okay? So, you know, my goal was to kind of comfort her and bring her to a state of ease for whatever reason she was sick. Then the dream shifts to me in another timeline or dimension in which I was in water. Now, before I went underwater, you know, I was just going around. I was like, oh, I don't want to get my hair wet and stuff like that. I was bringing some of this reality stuff into it. And then I go underwater. Now, when I go underwater, I don't know, whatever is in my brain, it's in my brain not to open my eyes underwater when I'm swimming unless I have on goggles, and not to breathe underwater. We know if we breathe underwater, you know, you're going to take in that water in through your nose. In the dream, I was able to go underwater, open my eyes, and look just like I'm looking here in air. And I was able to breathe underwater really clear and easy, just like we breathe right now on land. And so there was this creature, this entity, I don't know what it was, but it was like this woman that was underwater with this flowy, like, white dress or something that was in front of me that I saw. I opened my eyes and I saw her. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm not supposed to be able to look underwater. And then I said, I was breathing. I started breathing regular, and I'm like, it was just like, I said, it's just like breathing up. So I lifted my head up of the water, and I was able to breathe and see. And then I put my head back down underwater, and I was able to breathe and see. And I freaked myself out. And I was like, wow, they've always said that you can't breathe and see underwater, but you can. I'm doing it. And I think I got so excited I woke myself up. But anyway, I'm saying that part of the dream to say I haven't deciphered the 3 babies and their significance with the 3 sons. I know there's power in 3. The Father, Son, with the mother, the father, and the child. The symbolism that we see in the Ankh, the symbolism that we see in a lot of different religious practices. So the 3 is very significant. It also makes me think about coming to a crossroads when we talk about Eshu or Sebek or Papa Legba, of coming to the crossroads of opening the way and making a decision. So the number 3 is significant within that regard. So I'm looking into it from their perspective as well, because it may have been showing me the way it is opening for me. And I'll have to do a meta reading on it, because it could be saying that the way is opening for me, you know, to do something. But it depends on the reading that I get. Not quite sure. And then I also know the part of the dream where my mother is sick. Well, while I'm talking to y'all and deciphering this dream, it is coming to me that my mother was sick in the dream, because, you know, of course, my mother is in the multiverse, in the spirit realm. And I believe that she has taken on some energies and entities in the dream realm or in the spirit realm for protection of babies, or protection of babies that may be in the bloodline, and even for myself. So I feel like she's taking on that, and it made her sick. It was so negative, and so she had to take on so much that it was making her sick and throw up. But she was taking it on so we wouldn't have to. And if you looked at my videos before, I've talked to you all about, before my mother transitioned, may have been a day or 2 before she transitioned, I held her hand, I spoke in my light language, and I connected us. So therefore, she would be able to help me in the spirit realm. She would be an ancestor in the spirit realm that will be able to help me move in this reality while she moves there. And so I do believe that is part of what was going on in the dream. But I know that I'm going to sit with this even more, especially with the part of going underwater, being able to breathe and see, and then seeing this feminine energy with this white flowy dress just past me and coming up and going up and down. And I was trying to swim regularly, but it was told to me, like, don't try to swim, just be in the water, just be, don't try so much, just be. And so yeah, that is my dream. I always like to share it, even if people don't receive anything out of it, and even if nobody watches it, but it helps me track what's going on internally and externally, in the subconscious mind and also my conscious mind, and what's going on in this timeline that I am in. And it helps me to verbalize it and get it out. So if anything that I said that happened in the dreams that I've shared resonates with you, you get an understanding of it, you get a different perspective about it, then please don't hesitate to reach out, leave a message or a comment, and share with me, so that it helps give me a different perspective and enlightening me on other things that may be going on in the dream realm that I've had. So I want everybody to have a great rest of their day, and peace, and always high frequencies.